Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Match preview for the Carabao Cup fixture against West Ham. Now, I've always said from the start of the season, this is a competition I really want to win this season. We've not won it in 30 years. I think since 1993 or something like that, when Ian Wright was still playing for the team. That's a long time ago. And on top of that as well, Man City already out of this competition, so we have an even better chance to win the competition. I predicted Arsenal to win it at the beginning of the season, and after that very big win against Brentford away from home, if we also beat West Ham away from home, then yes, Man United are playing Newcastle. One of them is going to go out. Chelsea could go through. Liverpool expect them to go through. I mean, those are teams that we've beaten last season over the past 1 year, 2 years. Those are teams we've been able to compete with someone like a Liverpool, because Liverpool always beat us, but last season we were able to beat them and draw with them. So in the Carabao Cup, I would fancy our team. And I said you're going to win this competition this season because I looked at our squad. I was like, listen, we have the option of playing Martinelli or Trossard. We have the option of playing, Nelson is there. We have the option of playing Havertz or Vieira or Trossard. I've mentioned Trossard twice. That's how good he is. We have the option of playing Kivio, Tomiyasu, Ben White. You have two good goalkeepers as well. I was like, this is a competition we definitely need to win, or at least if we don't win it, at least get to the semi-final or final. But if we get there, we would expect to win it, right? So West Ham is next. West Ham have lost. I've just watched them losing to Everton today. They also lost in the Europa League against Olympiacos, and the previous week I think they got smashed 4-1 by Aston Villa in the league. So last season we went there. That was basically the start of our downfall. We had a 2-goal lead against West Ham, and they scored twice, and the game ended up being a 2-2. They have a very good squad, obviously. Kudus, Bowen, all those guys. Even if they rotate the team, they have the likes of Ben Drum and Danny Ings on the bench, so they definitely have a squad. The fans are not at a happy place at the moment, so hopefully capitalize on that. So which kind of lineup should we go for? This is the lineup I would go for. I've tried to look at it since yesterday, since we beat Sheffield United. I was like, okay, should we give Smith Rowe another chance? Fabio Vieira didn't start that one, so surely starts this one. Or they get rested in that one. Should he rest in this one again twice in a row? Keep him fresh for Newcastle. I've debated about defensively. I think it has been easy to pick in the goalkeeper as well. But the forward positions as well, should we give him another opportunity to go out there again? But I have decided on my lineup. So without wasting any more time, let me get straight into it. I'd like to know which players you guys would start as well. And which 2-3 players would you like to definitely get rested in this one? Like, which 2 players would you want to see back at home? So for me, right away, Saliba and Declan Rice. Listen, we have no more space in the coach. Go back home, relax until the weekend. We don't need you for this one. We probably would, but listen, I'm sure our team is good enough to win. Rice, Saliba, I need those 2 players to rest for this match, because I think Rice has played a lot of minutes for us and also for England. Saliba has been playing for France, and for us, I've played a lot of games as well. There's a couple of players who, at least Odegaard got his rest, Gabriel got his rest. So I think those 2 players need a rest. Maybe it's not the best idea to put both of them on the bench in the same game, especially if you want to win the competition. But I trust the players who are coming in. So this is the lineup I've gone for. Goalkeeper, I think it's time for Ramsdale in this one. I think he will play definitely. If Raya starts in this one, then Ramsdale is definitely going to go in January. But I saw that he is going to stay. So I want him to stay until at least until the end of this season. And remember, again, on top of that, this David Raya is not our goalkeeper yet. He's on loan at Arsenal. What if we sell Ramsdale and then Brentford take Raya back? All of a sudden, we have to try and look for another goalkeeper. I am not quite sure about that one. I would start with Ramsdale in this one. Let's see how he performs. I still consider him a very, very good goalkeeper, so I would start him in this one anyway. Centre backs. Ben White was subbed the other day. I had him in my lineup in this one as well. He doesn't really play international, so he rested for the first international break for 2 weeks and the second international break for 2 weeks. He was also on the bench for the Lons game. So I think he's very good in terms of being very durable over at Leeds when they got promoted, and at Brighton as well. I think this season he played like 50 games or something. He's very consistent. He never needs a rest, but he has been rested for a couple of games, and he got subbed off the other day as well against Sheffield United. So my centre-back pairing would be Gabriel and Ben White. I think this is the same it was against Brentford last game in the Carabao Cup. I think that is solid enough. This takes me back to the 2021-2022 season. This was our defensive partnership, Gabriel and Ben White, before Saliba returned. I think they're good enough. And fullbacks, Zinchenko played 90 minutes. Tomiyasu came on, scored his first Arsenal goal. Congratulations to him. We obviously have Kiwi as an option, Cedric as an option, but this is what I would go for. My fullbacks, Kiwi and Tomiyasu. So I think this is the same exact team we had against Brentford in terms of the backline. Now, if you look at that back four, it can rotate a lot. Like you can literally have Gabriel and Kivio as the center backs, but that will mean Kivio playing on the right side of the center back partnership, and then you can keep Tomiyasu on the left side and then Ben White as a right back, sticking back at right back the way he's used to playing. Or you can even have Tomiyasu at centre back next to Gabriel and have Ben White at right back, depending on how we approach the game. But I think this defense is very, very flexible. Kivio, Tomiyasu, White can all rotate through that back line, and I think they're all very good enough to get a result here. And even maybe keep a clean sheet. Who knows? So that would be my back four and the goalkeeper. Let me know if you agree, or you just start Zinchenko. Would you start who else is there? Cedric, maybe. Saliba, I've said he's staying home. Saliba is not playing for me in this one, so he's back home. In my mind, he's back home in North London, not in East London. So I have considered even playing Cedric because I feel like Tomiyasu is going to be needed against Newcastle. But this is what I do: if you get the victory early, take off maybe Tomiyasu, bring in Cedric. I don't know. That would work as well and keep Tomiyasu for the Newcastle game. Defensive midfield. I've also thought about this for quite a long time, but as I've said, Declan Rice is back home for me. Defensive midfield, I would start with Jorginho in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another chance to start against Newcastle this weekend and play next to Declan Rice. But give him this game. He didn't play against Sheffield United, so Jorginho starts for me in this one as a defensive midfield. Hopefully, he can be able to control the midfield, and because they do have the likes of Soucek there. Soucek didn't play in the last West Ham game; he came on as a sub, so they do have good midfields and strong, powerful midfielders there. Now, the attacking midfield is where I've had a big headache because Fabio Vieira didn't start the other day. Smith Rowe started. Should we give him back-to-back games? Odegaard did not start. Havertz, should he start again? Trossard, should he start in that position as well? That has given me a big headache. Thankfully, I'm not the manager. I don't have to decide on this one. But these are the two players I have picked. I've gone with Odegaard. As I've said, this is a competition I want us to win. I don't want us to just rotate the entire team. I know some of you say Elneny and Jorginho in the midfield. I don't want us to rotate the whole team. We have the chance of getting a couple of goals like Odegaard did at West Ham last time we played them at their ground. And then you can always take him off. He doesn't have to play 90 minutes. So for me, I'd start Odegaard in the number 10. And then I will start Fabio Vieira in this one. Obviously, we don't want him to be on the bench too much. He's had a big impact every time he's come on this season against Fulham, recently against Sheffield United. I think he played okay. There's a game that he played really well at the beginning of the campaign, kind of skipped my mind, but there's a game that he also came on and did very well, and he also started against Everton. I think he did okay. Vieira and Odegaard in midfield for me. Hopefully they can create several chances for the forward players and the wingers. Who would start on the wing for me? So these are the two I've gone for: Leandro Trossard and Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson scored a winning goal against Brentford in the last round, and Trossard hasn't gotten a lot of chances to start recently, so I would go for both of them. Both of them very, very quality as well. I'd not be surprised to see Martinelli starting because he missed like a month. And Saka as well, 2.5 weeks out. If you're taking this competition seriously, then maybe one of them could start. But I don't have a problem with Trossard and Nelson starting. We'll see my bench later. If things go wrong, then there's options. But those would be my the wingers for me. Trossard came on and looked a bit sharp against Sheffield United, flicks and good touches. And up front, who would I start up front? Would I score the guy? Would I give the guy who scored a hat-trick another chance? Would I rest him for Newcastle? Would I start Havertz up front? Would I go with Trossard up front instead? As you see, Trossard is on the left side. Would I go for Martinelli? I'm going to keep adding Ketia. 3 goals. He could have had a 4th if he took the penalty. Confidence is up. Start him in this competition as well. He's always been very good for us in the Carabao Cup. If he goes ahead and scores another 2 goals in this game, then we are going with the very, very confident Edin Ketia for the to the game against Newcastle and to the game against Sevilla. And I think he really loves the Carabao Cup as well. So start him against West Ham. Trossard, Nelson, Ketia front. I think that can do the job. Last time, Nelson, I think Ketia assisted Nelson against Brentford. And I do think that team is definitely good enough to get the win. So Ramsdale, Gabriel, Ben White, Kivio, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Vieira, Odegaard, Nelson, Ketia, and Trossard up front. I think that is definitely good enough. But on the bench, who would I have on the bench? The bench for me, quite strong. I do have Karl-Heinz, Zinchenko, Cedric, Elneny, Havertz, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka, and Sagoe Jr. started in the last Carabao Cup game. So if you have a 2-goal lead or 3-goal lead heading into the last 30 minutes, then you can give Sagoe Jr. a chance. You can give Elneny and Cedric a chance to come on. If we are losing or we are drawing and you need to get the win and avoid penalty shootout, I mean, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, Smith Rowe, all there. There's a couple of players I want to get a chance to play in this game no matter what. Even if we are winning or drawing, I'd bring on Smith Rowe, I'd bring on Havertz, both of them, whether we are losing or drawing, I'd play both of them from the bench in this game. And the likes of Elneny, Cedric, Martinelli, Saka, Sagoe Jr. depends on how the game goes, even Zinchenko as well. Maybe if you need a bit of creativity, we are losing by more goals and Zinchenko can do the job for you. But hopefully we are bringing on Elneny for more game time, Cedric, Sagoe Jr., Smith Rowe and Havertz from the bench. So that is my lineup. My prediction for this match, I am going to go for West Ham 0, Arsenal 2. I'm going to go for 2-0 victory. We are very good defensively these days. They're very dangerous from set pieces, but so are we. We've scored the most corner kicks recently, but we have considered a few. So I would not be surprised if like West Ham scored from a corner or something like Sevilla scored against us. But I am going to go for a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. I am going to go for Reece Nelson to score again and Edin Ketty to score again. Those are my predictions. I'd love Havertz to score. I'd love Smith Rowe to score, especially the two of them. But let's see how the game goes. Let me know what your starting lineup would be. Would you rest a couple of players? Would you I've done a poll on YouTube in the community tab. Would you rest 1 or 2 players like I've done with Rice and Saliba and then left the likes of Saka and Martinelli on the bench? Or would you rest half of the team? Or would you like rest the entire team completely and start with the full second team? Full second team, I mean Cedric, Elneny, Nelson, maybe a youngster like Sagoe Jr. That's the second team I'm talking about. So I don't consider everyone else second team. Even actually these days, I don't consider many of our players second team. Even if Trossard is on the bench, Smith on the bench, I don't really consider them like second team. But that they don't start regularly. So if you say second team, you're talking about Cedric, Elneny, Jorginho, Smith Rowe, potentially even Havertz, like the entire second team. Nelson, Karl-Heinz, maybe instead of Ramsdale. But I would rotate a bit, but I'd still have a couple of first team players in the team. Odegaard will be there, Gabriel will be there, White will be there. Jorginho could start against Newcastle as well. Tomiyasu will be there. So I think this team will be good enough to get the 2-0 victory. And after that, it's the quarterfinal. And there's a game between Exeter and Middlesbrough. There's a game between Mansfield and Port Vale. If we get a good draw there, we could easily be in the semi-final just like that. And I'd fancy our chances to win it. So let's see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch up with you on the next one.